Hello, how you doing? Hope you're having a beautiful day today. Today is another incredible day of Read With Me, and I'm here to read with you the second part of chapter 4 of Big Money Energy, y'all. I had to run and make some tea to quench my throat here. Let me know in the comments if you're into mint tea or if you're into I don't even know what kind of other teas. There's Earl tea that has caffeine. If you're into, I just tried pineapple tea the other day and it was really good. Yeah, let me know if you're into mint tea because that is exactly what I'm drinking and I absolutely love mint tea. It's my favorite type of tea, makes my belly feel good and also makes my throat feel nice. So if you have a cup, drink it up. Cheers. Here's to you. We're about to get into some really, really juicy stuff here in chapter 4, part 2. And it's literally talking about how to get people who don't work for you to actually work for you. So if you're into that, I know I am. Let's get into it. Feels so nice. Okay, let's get into it. A huge part of earning lots of money involves properly utilizing your resources. And there is one important resource that is often overlooked: humans. Success is never a sole operation, and we are often dependent on other people like receptionists, assistants, bookkeepers, accountants, who are often the gatekeepers of something crucial. They technically may not work for you, but think of this crew as a secret network of folks who play a big but behind the scenes role in sealing your deal. I want the people who cut commission checks to be motivated to do their jobs. I want assistants to put my calls through their high net worth bosses. I want to sell apartments too. None of these people work for me though. I have zero authority over the assistants of developers that I work for. None. But if I have an offer on an apartment and I need to talk to their boss ASAP, I want them to grant me access rather than add my name to a long list of people who they should need a call. The faster I close the deal, the more time I save and the more money I can make. That's why you need to keep gatekeepers on your side, to put you at the top of the list, to want to do things for you because they like you. I always recognize the importance of gatekeepers in my life, and I show them appreciation whenever I can. Other people often play small but important roles in your success and to ensure you get the help you need when you need it. Take control of the relationship in a positive way. If the assistant at your company doesn't tell you when packages arrive, but you need the items to plan an important photo shoot, take control, buy her lunch, bring her cupcakes on her birthday, and with a card that says, "Thanks for everything that you do." She's fielding calls all day, managing a lot of tasks. If you can get your work done faster and tackle your next project quicker with her help, you just need those packages. Isn't it worth it to develop the relationship? You want your commission check sent out lightning quick? Well, develop that relationship too. Toss the bookkeeper an email when his favorite baseball team wins a game. Great game tonight, man. He'll love that you value his happiness. Getting things done faster with the help of other people enables you to do more and earn more. A word of warning: use kindness as a bridge to strengthen the relationship. Do not use it only when you want a task done. BS money energy is following up with an immediate task, saying, "Wow, I love your new bag. Where did you get it?" And before you can even get an answer, you're barking out a list of things that you need to do right now. I promise that document that you need mailed is getting shoved right to the bottom of a very large pile before you even ever turn around. And what's worse, you've burned that bridge. Now, even if you do have a genuinely nice thing to say to that person another day, they'll just assume it's because you need something and will just brush you off. You'll think they're mean to you. when really it's all your fault. Another thing is, if you're being difficult, own it. If I'm asking for a publicist, designer, a contractor on a project to go above and beyond for me, I'll say, hey, thank you for putting up with me. I know I'm asking for a lot and I'm not the easiest. I appreciate everything that you're doing. I'll be sure to express gratitude when the smallest of tasks is accomplished on my behalf. Sometimes I'll email their boss and say, wow, Mary is knocking it out the park. She's awesome. That results in Mary's boss being happy and funneling that compliment down to Mary, who is also going to be less annoyed with me for being so persistent. Gatekeepers are working with many, many people than just you. So be the easiest, most appreciative person to work with. It gets things done, and that is a huge contribution to your success. But while kindness and generosity are fantastic tools you can use to get more done, they're unfortunately not the approach everyone takes. Sometimes you step in BS. When you step in a pile of BS, this is what you got to do. It's unavoidable. Let's be honest. Sometimes you have no choice but to deal with someone who is just full of BS. Last year, I worked on a deal for a $10 million apartment in the West Village. A guy had come to my open house without a broker and loved the place and wanted to make an offer. Great. The next day, his broker, who I didn't even know was part of the deal, reached out to me, and his BS money energy was so strong I could smell it through the phone. Instead of saying something along the lines of, hey, thank you for showing the apartment yesterday. Sorry I couldn't be there, but I'm so glad that my client loved the apartment. I'm looking forward to getting a deal done. He announces, I'm taking over, I'm handling it, I'll take care of it. Nothing will be done without me, blah, blah, blah. So much BS. It's like he had walked into a prison and started throwing punches to show what a huge tough guy he was. I've encountered this brand of I'm hot BSME many times, and it's maddening. When faced with this, you might be tempted to toss some BS back in their direction, but that only results in shit being thrown all over the effing place, and you're left with a hot, steaming, disgusting mess. You'll be covered in shit, and people who are dripping in shit do not win at life. It's a lot of words in here. The only way to get rid of the stench of I'm hot shit, BS, is to clean up their pathetic little droppings and leave calm and kindness in their place. Get the deal done, get away from them ASAP, and leave all the way and laugh all the way to the bank. I'm hot shit energy is the absolute worst. I've developed a few tactics for quick and easy cleanups. For you, first, you must recognize that people often shit in the wrong place because of insecurity. A person with BSME is probably inexperienced and worried about messing up. Spend a couple minutes researching the bullshitter. So you can finish the deal, make your money, and get the hell away from this guy as quickly as possible. He did one deal 9 years ago. Bring that up. Dude, that was an awesome deal. I'm so excited to work with you. That recognition and compliment can result in less shit being smeared around while you're forced to work with this guy. You know who else shits in their pants? Babies. Sometimes the only way to get yourself away from the mess quickly is to let them feel like they've won. You may have used every trick in the book to get the job done, but if you want to get paid, swallow your ego, thank them for their contributions, and sit back knowing full well that you got what you wanted at the end. Let them walk away thinking that their shit doesn't stink when it's obvious to everyone that it does. The other form of BSME is more insidious. You can't necessarily smell it right away. You'll be well into exciting projects when the behavior of the person you're working with starts to emit an unpleasant odor. When I graduated to selling bigger properties, I was working on a townhouse in the Upper West Side. It was priced at 16 million. And it was a fantastic listing for me to have in my inventory. But shortly after we started working on this classic, impeccably restored brownstone owned by a wealthy class, older gentleman, My BS meter went off. The guy started calling me 6, 7, 8 times a day. If I didn't answer right away, he'd get mad and follow up with an email. What's going on with my listing? Why can't I get you on the phone? Are you even doing anything to sell my house? Are you even in this country right now? You're just a reality TV broker, not a real agent, aren't you? You have to be careful in these situations because the danger of this form of BSME is that they will smother you in their neediness will spread out and affect your entire life. They'll suck up your time, demand your attention, and before you know it, you're devoting more attention to this BSer than all of your other clients combined. The deal you thought would bring you in the big bucks is taking so long. Thanks to the BSME, that income you're making will barely be worth this time. That's the worst. To avoid being smothered in BS, I had to set specific ground rules and expectations about how I and my team would be treated. We explained that because we are, in fact, busy trying to sell his house, we are not always available to have a lengthy phone call conversation 5 times per day. Our time, our precious, valuable time must be respected in order for us to do our job. I brought in my team member, Nicole, and explained we'd be working together. If there is something urgent happening and I'm not available, Nicole will be there to handle it. To train someone who is used to getting his way by smothering people and shit, you have to draw a firm line about what can and can't do and point out a place where they can leave their shit, AKA boundaries. Getting honest with yourself about yourself is hard. After that fateful failed meeting with Gordon Murray, I knew I had a choice. I could continue being a poser and a loser and a real estate agent who rents cheap apartments to other kids like me forever, or I could shed the bullshit and learn to be someone who people actually want to work with. It changed my life forever. And I'm grateful I learned to embrace self-awareness, even when it meant facing my negative attributes full on. Goodbye forever to bad posture and my awful rude behavior on $1 million listing. Don't underestimate the power of shedding the BS and radiating positivity. It can be a determining factor in everything from what jobs you get to how much you get paid. In the end, it's important you realize that you can't always change other people, and you're going to encounter some assholes on your path to success. Instead of trying to combat their BS money energy, focus on your level of likability, earn lots and lots of money, and win at life. Stay committed to operating on a higher level. That's big money energy, and it will make you a force in getting everything that you want. That's why you're reading this right now, isn't it? To learn how to get more of what you want. You can use this aspect of BME, this aspect of big money energy, to inspire people, show how capable you are, and make smart, powerful, and interesting people want to be part of your awesomeness. You are already attractive. You are already attractive to other people. You just have to stop hiding it. And let's all face it. That's much better than spending your career constantly trying to wash off the BS. Okay, here are some BS money energy alerts. So these are some red flags that you can, as soon as you hear them, you already know that they're working with some BSME, which is, BS money energy, not the real kind. So this is how it kind of goes, and he labels them. So one of them is the expert, and the expert would sound like this. I don't care what Bill Gates says. I know way more about personal computers than that guy. And then there's another one. The I've got this person. Thanks for doing all the work, but I'm here now and I'll take over with my huge brain and massive ego. Thanks. Here's a selective listener. Here, would you like this bowl of shrimp and peanuts? Oh, you just said you're deathly allergic to both. I didn't hear you, but did you say you went to Harvard? The interrupter. Do not even try to speak to him. You won't even get the words out. The one upper. It's awesome that you went to Bali for your honeymoon. I plan to take my fiance to the moon. The name dropper. Raphael, the chef here, made me the most amazing birthday dinner. The chocolate on my cake was harvested from cocoa, picked just for me. The Kardashians were invited, but they couldn't make it. The label slave. I only wear Gucci, Louis V, Armani, and Givenchy. I just got this Gucci belt yesterday. Do you see it? And then Mr. and Mrs. Sweetness. You are addressed as sweetie or honey, but never by your real name. They actually might not even know what your real name is. And then upon meeting Mr. and Mrs. Sweetness, you are fake invited to dinner, the theater, the circus, a concert, on vacation on their private yacht. The actual invitation will never come because a lot of what they're saying to you isn't real. Okay? So just taking into account all that BSME, okay, and making sure that you are equipped with self-awareness will result into you getting a lot more of what you want and not getting tossed around like okay. So that concludes chapter 4 of this amazing book. I'll see you in the next one where we cover chapter 5. And chapter 5 is literally talking about how to dominate. And this is a full chapter. We're going to knock it out the park. This is how you dominate. I'll see you in the next one.